One Mind Productions.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Psycho Worldwide, in association with One Mind Productions, proudly brings to you two of the greatest podcast hosts in the world. I am Crazy Kevin. He is Dan Jones, and we are Two Fat Guys Podcast. What it do? What it do? What it do? And we got our brother Najee, aka Dick Clark, in the building with us as we get ready to jump into this episode of WrestleMania predictions. But fellas, before we get into the show, how are you doing?
I'm living. Hold on, it says I'm offline. I'm still online. I'm here. I can't see you, but I know y'all can see me. So I'm here.
There you know, we can see you, bro. With that Winnie the Pooh background you rocking over there, that's kind of crazy.
Listen, I won't even lie to you. Last week it was the Cookie Monster. This week is Winnie the Pooh. Hey, I think you need to keep this theme going, my boy, and give it like a little trivia. Who was paying attention to the episodes every month?
I'm gonna need you to keep your hand out the. Yeah, I'm just gonna need you to keep the hands out the honey pot.
It depends on.
We go in and we scoop handfuls of the honey, son.
Handful, and then you put it on your face like this. Take your whole hand, do like this.
Bombing in the beard, everything.
That's right.
You know what?
That's
wow!
Right.
Shout out to Viva, aka the moderator. She is in the building.
Oh,
moderating.
Time out already.
And
hey, as a matter of fact, she's
and Chris says hi. And Chris says hi. And Chris goes, I'm a Tigger fan myself. Bouncing is wow. Okay. All right.
Yes.
I was gonna go with Tigger for another thing for me because Tigger's like, I think he got ADHD. And I think
Barack Obama, yes, we can.
Your reason can't top that one, sir.
Well, no, it's not going to top that one. It's never going to top that one. Shout out to my boy Sean, one of the clear people watching the show. And Sean, yo, you always walk in like at the wrong time. Like you don't. He always come in the.
No, we getting in the honey pot.
Digging in the honey pot, son.
Yeah, we trying to figure out how you use 2 fingers or do you
stop. People can see you. People can see you. Stop.
2 fingers.
No.
Do you use 2 fingers or do you use 3?
Stop.
How do you drink your?
How do you keep doing it? Like, why do you keep doing it? Like, you know what's sad? I can't be like. I can't even go, for our Spotify listeners, because we can actually post the actual video now on Spotify. So
I'm showing how you play the keyboard.
How you play the keyboard? Oh, damn. Wow. Sean said face first.
That's right.
My man.
Chris Benoit status.
Yo, I know y'all remember this because y'all old, y'all a little bit old. You know, not old like me, but a little bit old. Remember the Bugs Bunny cartoon when he was the conductor and he used to do that?
I mean, they've literally stole it for the Kendrick Lamar gift.
That's how you get in the honey pot, right there. That's the move right there.
Oh my Lord! So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode.
That's how you find a combination on your locker.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah, this is your fault that the show is off the rails already. It is your fault, Chris.
I know. I felt like bouncing in my chair when she said that too. Just boom, boom, boom.
You know what? So this episode is definitely about WrestleMania predictions.
Sure it is.
And speaking of WrestleMania, I don't know if anybody has taken the time out of their day or sometime this recent weeks, and seen the new WWE documentary on Peacock called Becoming Pageantry. It is an overall good documentary. It's about WrestleMania 9 and why we kind of have the WrestleManias that we have now as far as like pageantry and so forth and so forth and so on. He said, get the change out of the payphone. Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
That's
you the grandma thing. Come here.
We so I want to say this, yo.
Stay on
I'm going to say this. Vince McMahon has been screwing Bret Hart over for years, yo. So evidently,
for a lifetime.
The closing match of WrestleMania 9, which was Yokozuna, the great Yokozuna, versus Bret the Hitman Hart, who was WWF champion at the time, was not supposed to lose that match. Evidently, the night before, they told him that you were going to drop the belt to Yokozuna, and then Hogan was going to come in and immediately win the title. And this was after Hogan was gone for a year. When he went to go do what was it? Something Nanny, that stupid Nanny movie, and then some other stuff.
You leave Mr. Nanny alone. That was his funniest, dumbest movie.
Never. I would rather watch the Chaperone. I will watch the Chaperone before I watch that movie.
The Chaperone was hard.
The Chaperone was a hard movie. That's my point.
So what about Thunder and Paradise?
Yokozuna?
Nobody wants to.
But so yeah, Bret Hart's been getting screwed over, and evidently it's been some controversy about how Hogan injured his eye. The story is it was a they was on a little jet ski. It was a jet ski accident, and Scott Steiner said that's not what Macho Man told him. So
Macho Man popped the one.
He gonna tell it. He gonna let it ring.
Right. So I don't know. I don't know who to believe now, because that's always been the story that he had an accident.
Hey, that might have been why Scott Steiner wasn't allowed in WWE for a long time.
It looked like somebody plucked him in that eyeball. That's what it looked like. I don't care what nobody says.
Macho Man.
Because he said that he was on the button, and then he released the button from off the jet ski, and it launched him, and he tried to go under the water, but the life preserver brought him back up, and right as he came up, the jet ski punched him in the face. I felt like if you got hit in the face with a jet ski at full blast, right.
Oh yeah, you definitely gonna lose most of your face. You're gonna have that same mask Undertaker had on when Yokozuna got him.
Right, you should have had the mask that Brutus the Barber Beefcake was wearing. That's all I'm saying.
No.
No. That's disrespectful.
No, I'm just saying he had a face mask on to protect his face. Brutus the Barber.
Yeah, because half his face was made out of clay, and the other half was made out of steel.
Yeah, and I didn't know that was Brutus's last match.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was his last match. So it was actually,
First of all, how did man get away with walking around with hedge clippers and selling them to kids? Because kids was buying little baby hedge clippers.
Little baby hedge, because I had a pair.
But they wasn't real, were they?
I don't know. I tried to cut my sister's
No, they were the Fisher Price plastic joints.
Okay, I'm about to say, like, okay.
I walked up right behind her. That joint ain't working.
All right, so let's get into this. Let's get into
watching that show made me think that the tickets prices were $20 back then.
They were. They was like the cheapest tickets was $25, and the most expensive.
I'm like,
and the most expensive was $250. Like,
This is why I always went to one downtown. Every time it came, I always went.
Yo, SmackDown coming to Baltimore, and they talking about front row tickets it's like a stack, yo.
When gone are the days you can
in a
take
couple
you
months.
and like 4 of your kids to the wrestling match. That ain't happening.
Oh, speaking of wrestling shows that ventured to Baltimore, AEW here was Wednesday. They were here Wednesday for Dynamite, and they were not at the CFG Arena. And for those who are not from Baltimore, the CFG Arena is our major arena with like massive concerts and where WWE is going to be at. They were at University of Maryland, Baltimore County State Union employees, something like that. It was a college gym.
That's what I had to tell you, bro.
Sean said five people came. Sean said five people came.
You know when you mentioned that to me earlier?
Uh-huh.
I looked up on Ticketmaster to see who was coming out here. AEW's coming to Norfolk.
Oh, for
and
real?
They ain't even in, and I'm right by Old Dominion, bro. And they're not even there. They're literally at like the football field gym with hold like 60 people and then the referee.
Yo, I told you. She said for what? Hold on. I need you to get. I need clarity on your question, Chris.
So for what? What are they coming for? Why are they there?
Oh well, I guess because there are AEW fans here. Like they have fans.
They got them.
Some are delusional.
Hopefully, it's not 8 hours long.
Some of them have been hitting their whole life.
Yeah, some. A lot of them still living in their mother's basements.
Oh wow!
I'm still sleeping.
Wow!
I'm just calling it how I see it, bro.
Wow! This is the bashing section. Get back to topic, please.
So
sister lovers.
Yeah.
But why?
I digress.
Look, I don't know, Chris.
School gyms are cheaper. They're smaller venue, so they don't have to worry about selling out arenas because you can sell out a school gym, hopefully.
And let's remember, WCW on their downturn, the same thing. They started doing that. Remember, WCW's last show was at a college.
And not for nothing, AEW is just a glorified indie promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah. School gyms.
Remember when they did it in the mall, bro?
Oh, that was hilarious, yo.
They did the whole show at East Point Mall, bro.
It wasn't East Point Mall. Shut up, yo. All right, so let's talk about the first.
By the fountain in Montana.
Let's talk about our first prediction for the night for WrestleMania. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please keep in mind I do not have these in order from night 1 to night 2. We just have all the matches because they announced night 1 and night 2 cards last night, and I was not getting back on here yesterday or today to put these in order because I'm not that dedicated. So let's talk about Rey Mysterio versus El Gran Americano, aka Chad Gable. So let's get into this.
First of all, if this is not the most racist thrown together match I have ever seen in my life,
it's a pre-show match.
It's a pre-show match.
Yo, Sean said first bathroom break of the night. God, this is
right. You go to the bathroom, the beginning of WrestleMania. And I don't know if that's the beginning, but I'm hoping that's like a pre-show match. That better not be within my 4 to 5 hours regular time frame.
You know what? I think after what AEW went through, I'm quite sure this is going to be a pre-show match. That might be why the pre-show like 2.5 hours.
First of all, if I'm a luchador for real,
the pre-show is 4 hours.
I haven't seen nothing this bad since Hulk Hogan. Wasn't Hulk Hogan like Captain America or Americano or something before?
Yeah, it was something very similar to that. Yes, sir.
This is about as almost insulting as that was, if not worse. It's disrespectful to Chad Gable. First of all, he deserves better. Second of all, I understand Ray's a legend, but
it was his idea.
It was probably his idea, but I don't. It's only because he wants to be on WrestleMania, and I get it. This is probably one of your last, if not the last WrestleMania you might make it to, because you're on your last wheel. I get it. However, it's a waste of time. No one really cares.
Not at all.
And you took some time from somebody who probably earned a WrestleMania spot.
Facts.
Like who? Who we talking about here, Big Nah?
Well, here's my issue, because they're going to announce another match later on down the line anyway. Let's go with Lyra Valkyria, for example. I'm not the biggest Lyra fan.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest Lyra fan. However, if Lyra is your Intercontinental Women's Champion, she should be defending her Intercontinental Women's Championship at WrestleMania.
Now, before you get too deep into that, I want to cut you off because that is one of the matches, and I do want to talk about that match. I do want to talk about this a little bit more deeper than that because I feel like it's going to be a bunch of shenanigans that take place in that match. So,
and it ties into the other one because they should have other people competing for the tag belts.
So we're going to get into that. Hold on. I'm doing some housekeeping over here. So let's do this. All right, let's just throw out the prediction for Rey Mysterio, El Grande, Americano.
Rey Mysterio wins in the 619
Americano
from the top rope. End of the day.
I'm going to say Rey Mysterio, and he's going to unmask El Grande.
And we're going to be like, oh, and we're going to be shocked it was Chad Gable this whole time.
Right.
I have a feeling they're going to do it, and it ain't even going to be Chad Gable.
Right. They're going to find somebody else to dress up, and Chad
be Charlie Haas.
Oh, snap.
Hey, Ms. Voorhees, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. We welcome you. Sean said this better be the match. Hold on. I like how
the match of the morning.
When people are coming in the
this
door,
better be the match when people are coming in.
You're trying to find these seats.
All right, so we already said Rey Mysterio. I said Rey Mysterio. Danny, you said El Grande. You keeping track of this, yo?
Yeah, I'm writing it down now.
All right, so let's talk about
the Starbucks.
Okay, so let's talk about another pointless match: Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
I won't call it pointless.
I won't call it. You know what? I take that back. I won't say it's not. It's not pointless. It is a point to it, but
it's going to be a slobber knocker.
It needs to be a beginning match because that's what it was. This is now a Vegas street fight. That's what it was. This is now a Vegas street fight.
Basically, just gives Drew a wake up match. Right. It gives Drew a free range to have one of them matches he normally had with Sheamus.
Where the hell is Sheamus?
Beat up.
I think he hurt.
Again?
Yes. He's another one that's at the end of that line and needs to come on, chill out, bro. Relax. Get a Legends deal. Come back every once in a while.
All right, y'all doing a battle for the necklace champ. Yeah, he did snatch his chain off his neck last night. Why? I don't know.
He's a thief. You need to get arrested taking people's stuff.
You said you know the Drew McIntyre match when he steals something from somebody.
Well, explain the point to me because I don't see the point. LOL. Well, Chris
started at WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, so Drew McIntyre is, and I give him credit, like he actually made this make sense, or whoever the storyline writers is actually make this make sense. So WrestleMania 40, Drew McIntyre won the World Heavyweight Championship from off of Seth Rollins. Then, while he's celebrating in front of CM Punk's face, I don't know who Chris Rollins is either. It might be Seth Rollins' little brother. While he's gloating in front of CM Punk trips him. He falls, beats him up. Damian Priest runs out and cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase and becomes a new World Heavyweight Champion. Shout out to Courtney. Thank you for tuning in. And
what's up, Sugar Cookie?
So from there, everything just always been Damian Priest. Every time he's had a massive loss or anything's gone wrong, it's been Damian Priest. When he got thrown out the Royal Rumble, it was Damian Priest. When he got pinned in the Elimination Chamber, it was Damian Priest. So he just feel like Damian Priest has been the cancer of why he can't get over and keep his title. No, bro, it's you. It's you. It's you.
It's definitely him.
It's you.
I got Damian winning.
Yeah, I can see that.
I got Damian winning and not Dirty Dog. Drew McIntyre coming back at Backlash for the last round.
I got Damian winning too. Because he, other than the Money in the Bank cash in, because I don't count that one because that was a celebrity match that he had with Puerto Rican rapper. It's the Puerto Rican rapper. What is his name?
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Yeah, so
Hola.
What the hell?
What?
For real, Chris? For real, Chris?
Yes. Yes.
Yo, y'all need to stop.
No.
You said Honey Pot's bouncing in prediction. Hey, yeah.
That's pretty much how it went so far.
That's pretty much the summary.
Yeah.
Wow, hey, yummy cookie by Miss Voorhees. What the hell?
She said she was a sugar cookie last week. Come on, keep up, kid.
You know what? We're not doing this today. Sean said Drew wins. He really hasn't had a big win, and I don't think he's going to get him one anytime soon, bro. I think Drew's going to start a new streak at WrestleMania, and that's lose.
Drew's not going to win until he become a Paul Heyman guy.
I can like it. I think Drew he need a faction. He's at the point in his time where he needs to do another faction.
It's him and Seth.
No.
It should have been him, Seth, and Kevin. I think that was where it was going, but Kevin now he hurt.
I actually feel bad for Kevin Owens. Like Kevin Owens is one of those guys when he starts to get a really good push, something always happens.
Nah, who you got?
I really thought that was a work. I'm going. Considering the fact that I don't really care either way, I'm going to go with Drew.
She said they go together in chronological order. Oh my God, we're not doing that, Ms. Voorhees. Why did I get called out when Nas said the same thing? Ain't nobody call you out. What are you talking about?
Because I said mine more, chronologically in order, and I left out the bouncing part.
Once again, I'm like a chocolate chip man myself.
Yo, we're not doing this, Danny.
Oh,
we're not doing this. All right. So I said Damien. Nas said Damien. I don't know who the hell you said, Danny.
I said Drew. He said Damien.
I said Damien, bro.
Oh, okay. See, look. All right.
Get on track, bro.
No, you need to stay on track, bro.
Stay on track.
Trust me, I'm on track. I'm on track. Trust me.
You're on the wrong track.
Never heard of it. I'm on the light rail. You on the subway.
So why I gotta be underground? Why I gotta be under? Why can't I be on top? That's messed up.
That was a little bit classist. Just a tad bit.
All right, so Jade Cargill versus Naomi. I'm going to say Naomi because everybody's expecting
Naomi. Goddammit, Naomi better win this.
Because everybody got Jade Cargill getting put over, and she had a WrestleMania win last year. Naomi needs this win.
Naomi needs this. She needs this more than Jade.
I got Naomi. Who got Naomi? Y'all too?
Yep.
I got Naomi. Although I feel like they're gonna pull some BS, I'm still going for Naomi all the way up to the end.
All right,
I got Naomi because I think Bianca gonna help her.
Depending on when it falls, yeah, I can see that.
Sean said he got Jade. Sean said,
now hear me out. Hear me out. Naomi gonna win because of Bianca, and then Backlash is gonna be Naomi and Bianca, and it's gonna be Jade and a special guest partner, and it's gonna be Rhea Ripley.
I can see that. I like it.
I'm stamping that right now.
What the hell, Miss Moderator? Why'd you say me?
Because I was answering who got Naomi.
Okay, so Miss Moderator says she has Naomi.
Good pick, man. Good pick.
You could have just typed that in the chat, man. All right, so this match is absolutely pointless. I don't care what nobody say. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, it's going to be Logan Paul.
It's going to be Logan Paul.
How you figure that?
Because AJ don't need it.
Because AJ, whenever the last few big matches AJ's been in, he's lost. And AJ's an old guard. And Courtney put down Jade Cargill for her pick. But yeah, like AJ, big matches, he's been dropping the ball on them.
So everybody got Logan Paul.
And I feel like it's going to be Logan Paul. And Logan Paul has yet to he hasn't lost a match at WrestleMania.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, guess not.
Who he lose to?
Seth.
Yeah, he did lose to Seth.
Oh, I don't even remember that match.
That's when Seth had on the bubblegum clothes.
I'm about to say, with the
Matter of
exception
fact,
of Rey
that was
Mysterio, don't Logan Paul lose most of his main
No,
event
because he
matches?
won. He won the match with him and Miz when he went against the Mysterios.
matter of
It was
fact,
the Miz.
that was 39.
Yeah, when he
So
did.
everybody got Logan Paul.
Yeah, Logan Paul.
I don't have anyone. I left and went to get some to eat.
But if you had to put a gander to this,
AJ Styles.
all right. And Sean said he is still going with AJ.
I'm going with the referee. Somebody got to make it interesting.
You know what, yo? Shut up.
Yet
Now,
again,
Oh,
another
AJ.
match that was taken
This
away
match-
from somebody else.
This
I'm going with
match,
AJ.
this match right here, people. If anybody picks LA Knight, you don't lost your goddamn mind. All right, Jacob Fatu is walking out of WrestleMania with that United States Championship. And if he don't,
LA Knight. I'm picking LA Knight because it's
Why?
Solo.
Please, why? Because the so you think Solo's going to interfere, but inadvertently screw over Jacob?
Absolutely.
Yo,
That's the only way. That's the only freaking way.
That's the only way.
that is, yeah, it has. But I'm going with Solo on it. I mean, Jacob
But I
on this
tell
stuff.
you,
See, you already know.
I loathe LA Knight. Like, I hate LA Knight.
So you hate him with a passion.
Yes, when I play 2K, I literally make like handicap matches with all my creative players and either beating up LA Knight or beating up Hulk Hogan. One of the two.
Damn.
I just don't see it. I get it. He's a good talker. He was a good talker in TNA, But other than that, he does absolutely zero for me wrestling wise.
So now it's safe to say you got Jacob?
Oh, absolutely. All day, every day.
Oh, Sean agrees with you, Danny. Sean is saying Solo is going to screw Jacob.
Absolutely. Who you got,
That was
Kev?
another person that should
I got
be
Jacob,
involved in WrestleMania in some kind of way. And this is the only way he's going to be involved. He's going to interfere. Because how do you leave Solo off of this year's WrestleMania is beyond me.
You know his interest is going to be crazy, right?
Oh, it's going to be bananas, yo.
Yeah, I mean.
This one.
It was everybody saying. I liked him better when he was Max Dupree. I'm just saying.
Him and RKO about to be a tag team. Because Randy can't do a lot of solo matches.
What? I think Randy's one of the few people that can still go at his age.
He can still go, but he can't go like he used to.
Have you been paying attention, sir? Randy's a little fragile, sir.
Randy's always been fragile. Randy dislocated his shoulder setting up for the RKO one time.
Exactly, but now he's definitely fragile.
That man is Mr. Glass.
Mr. Unbreakable.
He's another one that should be on the Legends contract coming in.
Unbreakable. That's why they call me Mr. Did you just try to do a Kanye line, yo? They call me Mr. Unbreakable.
I did.
Randy Orton is the Anthony Davis of the WWE.
Is the Anthony Davis? God damn.
Yo. They can say, there you go.
There you go.
But didn't Anthony Davis just pull one of the slickest moves in child support history too?
No, that was Anthony Edwards.
Oh, that was Anthony Edwards. Okay.
That caused a lot of controversy, but that's a whole nother show. But I understand, if I said I didn't want nothing to do with it, and now you're making me have something to do with it.
All right,
you're right to do.
All right, so first of all, Courtney says she thinks that Randy can handle his own. And on a side note, because of that little basketball child support situation, I just want to chime in real quick. He gave her the money to have the baby aborted.
Mm-hmm.
She lied and said, "No, I'm going to keep the baby." But he already told her, "I don't want nothing to do with the baby. That's why I gave you the money in the first place to get the baby aborted, because you said you're going to get the baby aborted. And then you're going to try to pull slick. I got you. My man paid 18 years of child support up front." The only thing I don't agree with, though, is because, and I'm an advocate for this. No, the kid did not ask to be here, but that still don't give you the right not to be there. That is still your kid. But I applaud you. I applaud you for paying the child support up front. Because now she can't say nothing.
Let me say this: as a father, I do advocate for men being fathers. I don't care how the situation started. However, it's a thin line because men don't have pretty much no rights in the situation.
No, and that's why I applaud him.
And I'm not trying to take it away women's rights. You can choose to do what you want to do with your body. But if I say I don't want nothing to do with this, and you say cool, give me the money for X, Y, Z, and you renege on that agreement, you know, okay, bet I got caught out there. Here you go. I'm done.
No more me slapping for you, young lady.
Not at all. Now, on the flip side of that is you're still technically a deadbeat, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. Yeah, on the flip side of that, yeah. But I respect the move though.
Yeah, why am I dragging it out? Now, if you run through that and you don't take care of the kid like you're supposed to, you can't come back to me.
And you agree to it. It's all documents and everything. It's documented. You signed the court papers and all that. So we all said Jacob. We all said Jacob for this match.
Unanimously, Jacob with the exception of solo interference.
Why, yo? Why you gotta be that one black person?
Because he like LA Knight.
And I'm not black.
LA Knight in the crowd doing this. Dan be right there with him.
I'm sorry, when you fill out a job application, they ask you what race you are. Do you put brown?
I put Hispanic because sometimes I'm crazy. I go local, my friend.
So now you're just being racist.
He's El Americano.
All right,
El Negro Americano.
Nah.
Yo,
I moved this prediction up the card because you was about to go somewhere with this, and I think we all need to touch on this. And I have some issues with this also, but I also have some predictable outcomes. Let's talk about the WWE Women's Tag Team title, Women's World. No, Women's, yeah. No, are they World? I don't know. It's the
Tag Team title.
Okay, that's right, because they do all of it. That's right, because there's no separation. So WWE Women's Tag Team title match. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who was our current champions, versus Bayley and the Women's Intercontinental Champion Valkyria. I feel like that Liv Morgan and Raquel is going to walk out of this. Hold on now. I'm gonna let you get your soapbox. Raquel and Liv is going to walk out. Bayley's going to get pissed because now she just can't win, and she's going to turn on Valkyria. I think we're going to get a heel turn.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody can see
Bayley back because Bayley almost did it Monday when she lost the match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, but she had a change of heart, went back and hugged and lifted Valkyria's hand up. But I think
great match, by the way.
It was a great match Monday.
That was a great match, bro.
It was a very great match.
Your Bayley got range.
It made me appreciate Valkyria a little bit more. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Valkyria, I think, because it didn't make sense because I can't see her being a double champion. And she really hasn't had any. Bayley was the first match that didn't see choreographed for Valkyria. Because every time she defended the title, it was like move and grace move. Like when she went against what's the girl from
Dakota?
Dakota, thank you. When she went against Dakota, it just seemed like it was too choreographed.
Dakota should have won that, by the way.
But the match was I don't know. I felt like if you was going to give it to Dakota, you should have gave it to her in the tournament.
Facts.
So, but that's another one that's injury prone. So you don't know how long she's going to last.
Indeed.
So, but yeah, I think Bayley's going to turn. So, Dan, because I
want Liv and Raquel.
I want Na to go last. So you said Liv and Raquel. Okay.
Yeah, I completely agree with what you said. I was saying the same thing after I watched the match on Monday. I said, "Oh yeah, we about to get evil Bayley. We about to get shut up, you idiot. We about to get that one again.
Nah,
we about to get ding dong Bayley."
Well, of course, I agree. I think Liv and Raquel is going to walk out as they should. I got a lot of mixed feelings about this. Obviously, we talked about this a little bit on the sidelines, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about it now. The Valkyria part of this match. Let me take Valkyria and Bayley. Let me just take both of them. I think it was lazy of WWE not to just let them feud it out and have them fight for the IC belt at Mania. Let Bayley turn take the title from or whatever. All of that should have been a Mania type of deal. They was lazy. They just gonna say, well, okay, we're gonna put them together and make them fight, and then we'll probably throw them in Backlash just to say we had Valkyria on the card and Bailey because Bailey, she's been putting in work and we can't leave her off of WrestleMania. Y'all should have just gave them their own match. Liv and the big chick. Raquel. Honestly, I like Liv. I love Liv. Raquel, not so much. I feel like they're boring ass tag team champions. They were only made tag team champions just so they can have beef amongst Jade and Bianca and Naomi. But unfortunately, that's not no fault of theirs. It's just that Naomi and Jade and Bianca made them titles so relevant that y'all can't really follow that. Unfortunately, however, they should have found some legitimate opponents for them. They should have did a tag team tour, much like they're doing on the. Well, they did the tag team gauntlet match, but you should have let one of them actual teams win to go fight to face them at WrestleMania. Particularly, let's say Zoe and Shayna. Get them they fucking due by now. I mean, god damn. Either that or break them up.
So let me jump in real quick and I'm gonna let you get back. Because you said like the gauntlet. Yeah, you could have opened the gauntlet up to NXT.
Lash and Jakar.
Right.
That's the way you bring them up. Bring up Lash and Jakar. Boom. It's so many other things y'all could have did with that.
Yeah, and you know what? I agree because they've been giving Rosie Perez a lot of TV time.
He said Rosie Perez. You know that's the dancer from the Spike Lee movie, right?
Yeah, I know. Okay. but they've been giving her. Yeah, Roxanne Perez, yeah. But they've been giving her a lot of TV time, and like she went against the women's champion. Well, I can't think of her name right now. Tiffany.
She's born too. She needs to go back to NXT too. That's another story.
She went against Tiffany, and it was a great match last night on SmackDown. On SmackDown, it was a great match. And I don't know. I don't think Tiffany needs to go back to NXT, but. We're gonna talk about Tiffany. We're gonna talk about Tiffany and Charlotte.
Tiffany coming to your own now.
Yeah,
seen it. But regardless to this scenario, I felt like you didn't know or didn't have anything planned for the four of them, meaning Liv, Raquel, Lyra, and Bailey, and y'all just decided to throw them in a tag team title match. How are you the first women's ever Intercontinental Champion and you not even defending your title at the WrestleMania? After you won the belt, that don't make no sense to me.
You can say the same thing about the women's United States champion.
Yes, I am going to say the same thing. Chelsea. Now, if anybody, because Chelsea's reign has been more noticeable than Valkyria, should have a WrestleMania match.
I feel like so. Let's back up for a second. And I agree with you 100% when it comes to every title, because you said this. Every title should be defended at WrestleMania.
Every last one of them.
And you have enough titles now in the last 2 nights. Even if you do some undercard matches on the pre-show, you have more than enough titles now between your 2 brands to carry every title throughout WrestleMania for the 2 nights. I can see if it was still 1 night and you fighting for the card, but it is 2 nights.
2 nights, sir. Motor City Machine Guns in the Street Profits. Motor City Machine Guns.
I think it should be called.
I think
it should be called WrestleMania Night of Champions.
There you go.
No, because
like we said before the show, it should have been like that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call it WrestleMania Night of Champions. That kind of like you're combining 2 PLEs now.
Well, technically one, because we ain't seen Night of Champions in about 4 years.
Because it's no point anymore.
The Night of Champions used to be a champion versus champion. That used to be a point.
Right, but it's not even relevant anymore because now, like, what are you going to do? Because they're really trying to avoid having double champions.
Well, you're not
Night of Champions still should be Night of Champions.
You fighting to see who's the dominant champion of the company.
So let's bring that back. Let's bring back bragging rights then. Let's bring back bragging rights.
Yeah, that was the point of it all.
I disagree with Sean by saying the talent pool is not that deep. The talent pool is deep as hell.
The talent pool is very deep.
It's just the fact that the women's locker room has the deepest talent pool it probably has ever had in this company's creation.
Facts. And if you see Evolve, there's a lot more coming.
Oh yeah, Evolve is beautiful.
The shorty that I
And
just got finished watching that looked like Bianca a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah. I seen her. It's Night of Champions. The phrase by itself does not necessarily mean that it's champion versus champion. It could be like you said, all champions defending their belt the night of the champions. If we gonna keep the same champion, or we gonna crown a new one.
It's a
Well,
short,
normally
that's a
Night of
shorty show,
Champions. Normally Night of Champions, you going against another
It's
champion.
champion versus champion, right? But we shouldn't
Right.
even do it like that anymore. It should
It's a
stand out like
shouty
the way it should be.
show. It's a shouty show. You get in a ring now. What?
So you get a ring now. So basically, the thing that live in he
Oh,
did
yeah.
last year, Cody and Walter.
Yeah. Speaking of Walter, let's talk about Gunther and Jey Uso.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Yo,
I needed this version of Jey. I appreciate him.
yeah.
I thank him. We needed that. We was tired of the yeeting. Sir, get serious. It's just like you about to get your head wrapped. And he got serious. So nigga, he said, "You talk to your mother?" Oh, wait a minute.
Let me tell you something.
Where's this going?
All jokes aside, it's about to make me start crying. Think about this promo. When he came down and he was shaking with that microphone, didn't it feel like he just got his butt whipped from his mother?
Yeah.
Not even that, yo. That. But I also thought I thought this was gonna be a no word promo, and he was just gonna bust Gunther inside the head with the mic.
No, you see when you see him start doing this, he start rubbing it. You already know it's about to be a problem. When you rub them temples, it's about to be a problem.
You can look at the fear in Gunther's face, like, yo, maybe I did a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Looking and laughing. He's like,
yeah, but he was like, you got a mother? He was like, you got a father? He's like, you got a brother? You got a mother? You know, I had to tell my mother last week. It was crazy. And then when he was like, I told my mother because I was scared of you. But I ain't scared of you no more. And when he said that, Gunther's whole face changed.
He said, you basically had me beat up until you did that dumb shit. And now I got to get you.
But see, the thing is, I don't know about y'all, but I don't blame Gunther at all.
I mean,
bro,
you do what he's supposed to do.
I don't. Jimmy tried to pump his brother up to encourage your brother to, like, yo, put your fear to the side. Gunther's a beatable man. First of all, you lied because you got slaughtered in the ring. Second of all, you open hand slapped a grown man.
Did he?
And expect not to get no get back. And the fact that he waited a week later to get you, you had whatever he had coming.
So
and everybody's blaming Gunther. Like, nah, bro, you had that coming. You lucky I didn't get you back as soon as you come at me.
I'm not saying he didn't have it coming.
But your beef is supposed to be with me.
Right. And then that's exactly not. And then on top of that, I know he's a heel, but you're a hypocrite, like Michael Cole said. Like, you talking about that you bring honor and respect to the mat, but yet you can't snuffing Jey. Every week after week, you snuff Jey. And then when Jimmy was down, man, granted, Jimmy should have stayed down because he's trying to save his brother. Yo, you went barbaric and wiped that man blood on you. That's not honor. That's not showing that Matt honor. That's not showing that 20x20 honor.
Because at that point, it wasn't about the ring anymore. It was about his pride.
No, but you always talking about it's about the pride. You always say it's about the ring.
Hey, look, at the point in time in everybody's life, you lie. You lie. Let's keep it a whole buck. We can talk all this nice guy. I'm the nicest guy in the world, but sooner or later, somewhere down the line, we stole something from the candy store.
And I agree with you 100%. But you supposed
this
to be
is one of those times where
you Jay pretty much all times.
Yeah, listen. I'm a human being. You did that. You proved to the world that you did.
You can
beef. You used Jimmy for a scapegoat and got caught.
You can beef with anybody.
I knew you was the hero when you licked his blood. You licked his blood and spit it out, boy. That was the best part of the show.
You ever notice when you mess with a wrestler's wife, or you mess with their brother, or they father, every time somebody touched somebody's family member, like when they pulled John Cena father over the joint and kicked him in the head. Like, once you start doing that stuff to somebody's relatives, you are crossing the line, sir.
Yeah, it's like when Edge went to that man's house and slapped John Cena's father, yo. Right.
This is like 2 steps
Bro,
away from Stone Cold showing up at Brian Pillman house and Yo pulled the blicky on him. Like you got to get something. Got to happen to you, sir. You beat my
listen,
brother down in front of me while he's bleeding out. Look like he's bleeding a little
I'm
bit too
just
much.
gonna
I don't
say,
know. He cut himself too hard, but
First of all, them Samoans bleed, yo. They bleed, yo.
yeah.
you got to go. You
Listen,
got to go.
I don't know. You remember when Randy kicked Vince McMahon? I mean, Randy kicked
Yes.
Stephanie,
No, it
He
was
kicked
Vince.
Stephanie.
and
He kicked
No,
Vince and Stephanie.
I don't
and
remember
then
him.
then he went to Randy's house.
Hey. But
No,
when you remember when
did
Shane
he
came and
kick?
showed up,
Hold
he
on,
kicked Vince, and
hold
Shane
on,
showed up the next week.
hold on. I remember he kicked Vince because Vince was completely knocked out, but Vince told him to kick him, and I was like, "No, that's still your boss. I'm not kicking you in your old head." And
I'm kicking the mess out of you, bro. If I got an opportunity to kick my boss, I'm going for the 40-yard jump shot.
correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. When he kicked Stephanie, was Triple H handcuffed to the ropes, and that's when he kissed Stephanie?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what this gave me a feel of. What Gunther was doing it minus the kissing part. If he'd kissed Jay, this has been a whole new situation.
I don't know.
Jimmy?
You like you was humping on Jimmy a little bit too much too. But that's another story.
But when he let Jay grab him and he pulled him back, I was like, "Oh, this is goated."
Yo, is it wrong?
Promo working.
Is it wrong that I was sitting there thinking like when he was rubbing Jimmy's blood on, I was like, I hope that man ain't got hepatitis, yo.
Right. My only issue with the Jay promo is between last week and WrestleMania. You got to go find Ludwig Kaiser, and you got to catch a body. Somebody got to get dealt with the same way my brother got dealt with.
Ludwig Kaiser is trying to stay out of trouble between Tiffany
Nah,
and what's the name?
you gotta catch
Nah, what he should do, he should beat up Kaiser in the ring and then say, "Hey, Charlotte, here you go right here."
Yeah, here you go.
Here you go.
DMs. When you walk away from like stay at the Charlotte DMs.
Or matter of fact, leave him handcuffed like on the cross on the ropes just like this.
Don't tell that man, make sure you call your family and talk to your wife and your kids before WrestleMania.
Like I said, I'm gonna pray for you and for me. First of all, don't pray for me. I don't even know you like that.
They'll say, I'm gonna pray for you, and I'm gonna pray for me and pray to God He forgive me for what I'm gonna do to you. And drop the mic. That was a perfect mic drop moment. Like you need to say nothing else.
It was, but it's every type of match. I'm not praying, bro. I'm just going in.
I like that Jay is locked in. I like that Jay is focused, and I can't wait to see Jay walk out as the World Heavyweight Champion. And I'm going to be yeeting all over the place.
So everybody got Jay?
I got Jay.
I'm a yeet like I never yeeted before.
You know,
I hope he win unless he take his eye off the ball by beating up Gunther too much and just go past the count.
And I'm a yeet like I was in my 20s again.
Oh, yeet. That'd be a nice remix. So we should do that joint.
What?
See, privilege. Would you be privileged information? What are you talking about? Oh Lord, never mind.
Privileged information.
It's an inside joke. Yeah.
It said I'm a yeet like I've never yeeted before.
No, it ain't. That is no. It has nothing to do with that. So long story short, Sean knows somebody that told somebody on his job that you would look nice on a t-shirt.
What?
What?
Sean?
They still here?
Right. Exactly.
You're not gonna tell me I look nice on the t-shirt.
Thank you. That is a threat, yo.
that is a threat.
Well, hold on.
Thank you.
See, I don't want to think of it in the negative way that I grew up with because I make shirts. So maybe he's saying, "Hey, you have a face for a t-shirt that will look nice on the shirt."
Nope, that is not what. That was not the conversation. That was not the conversation prior to that comment. That was not how the conversation went.
Listen,
somebody tried to come off tough. Hold on. Somebody tried to come off tough, and that person replied to them, "You know, you would look good on a t-shirt."
Oh, you gotta go. You gotta go.
All my kids, but if you ever tell me that there has to be a reason why me and you ain't on this shirt together.
Thank you. See?
You tell me I look nice on a t-shirt. The next shirt would be out with me and my arm around you.
I'll pull it. You're back inside your funeral.
Yep.
Okay, Ms. Voorhees, I'm not sure what you're referring to when you say
She's
video.
She's referring to you yeeting, sir. better than you've ever used it before.
Oh, we still talking about yeeting, right?
No, we're not. No, we're not.
He wants to see Kev do the yeet dance.
We're talking about t-shirts. We're talking about getting put on t-shirts.
We done yeeting on the t-shirt?
And I tried to explain to our clear brethren. And I tried to explain to our clear brethren, when you tell somebody where we from, no matter how politely you put it, that you will look good on a t-shirt. That is a threat.
Clack, clack. That's all he says. Clack, clack.
Right.
It boosts the act. What are we doing?
Like, they won't even find you to put you on the t-shirt. It would be a missing poster.
Hey, you look better on the back of the milk carton than
you would look nice on the milk carton.
No, you
yes,
look
facts.
Somebody else on my Facebook post. When I posted on Facebook weeks ago. Look, when I posted on Facebook weeks ago, somebody said that. It was like, you would look just as good on a milk carton. So
I wish somebody would tell me like that. I got to find your address. Google is going to be my best friend.
All right, so we all got Jay in this match.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the match nobody really ever wants to see. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. Only reason why I want to see this because I want to see if Charlotte will be humble enough to pass the torch to Tiffany.
Definitely not. If she was going to be, not after this, not after that comment you made. Nah.
No, but that's Charlotte's fault. Charlotte started all that going off script, taking personal shots. So Tiffany was ready 2 weeks ago when they went back and forth. Well, a week ago.
Oh, that clip was loaded.
That clip was loaded because Tiffany was like, oh, no, I'm going to be he, ha, ha, follow the script. And then Charlotte went off script and came at her. So Tiffany was like, so since this no ass having heifer want to play, I got you.
Well, how's she going to tell her about? She ain't got no ass either.
She got more than Charlotte.
You got more than Charlotte. Hers
it ain't much, but it's still more than that, though.
Yeah, sir. What you was going to say? Hey, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Danny. Go ahead, Danny.
Huh?
You already.
It's lickable.
Is what?
That's going to be lickable.
Not at all.
I'm not going to comment on that.
Not at all. I prefer my chicken cooked.
Wow. Ms. Voorhees said is sleeping with the fishes, Sean Wade. So she was she told you, Sean, where we come from. That is a threat, sir. And Sean said bathroom break match.
You're confusing Tiffany with Natalia or Nikita.
So what you saying is you don't like macadamia?
No. I enjoy good macadamia cookie, actually. But let's keep it 100. Tiffany is not Nikita. Tiffany is not Natalia. Tiffany
nobody. Pause. Nobody's
Nikita.
Nobody's Nikita. Because Nikita's 100% real. Natalia's not 100% real. Nikita is all God given, yo. That is all God given. Matter. It do matter.
God gave it to her and said, take care of it.
First of all, Natalia was already nicely built. And I'm being PG.
I would take old DB before I take Tiffany.
Say what?
Old DB.
Like Wu-Tang?
No, Negro, the wrestler. The woman wrestler from TNA.
TNA, old dirty broad.
Oh,
might be before your time, sir.
I don't know why he's saying Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang for the kids, man. Wu-Tang's for the kids.
I was like, what?
I just don't see it for you. I just don't see it. Y'all gonna have to give me something else, yo, because I ain't seen it.
I got Tiffany.
Here's my problem. Here's my problem with Tiffany. Like, and I'm not here to talk about people's looks or aesthetics or anything like that. Tiffany actually looks better without makeup.
It's not even the look. I don't see her in the ring being that good yet. I don't think she should be there.
No, yo, she's a great wrestler. What are you talking about?
I ain't seen it. I'm thinking other people making her look good, and maybe that's what y'all see. I ain't seen it.
I like Tiffany as a wrestler.
I think her mic skills need to be
better. I think her mic skills.
I've been saying Charlotte was overrated.
Charlotte's definitely overrated.
So here's the
problem. Overrated. She don't sell, and she ain't got no other personality other than being her father's daughter.
So, all right, here's an argument or discussion that I
and
have.
Andrade's ex-wife.
So what is this? 0 and 3? Uh
Yo,
so
all
so
alone.
like you gonna be at the WrestleMania like you are outside the ring, all alone. Damn.
They should have played that. What's the Death Row music? Oh, Jay-Z, the ether beat should have been behind that joint.
No. Farouk should have been behind there like, damn.
You see, Wade Barrett had the
all
stick in
right,
front of
so
Charlotte.
here's my
I think
thing.
Charlotte wasn't trying to pull them punches, though.
All right, here's my thing about Charlotte, right? Athletically, Charlotte's a beast. I will give her credit. Charlotte is a great athlete. No, she don't sell like she
She
should
can do
for
a
people.
moonsault?
No, because she can actually wrestle. I give her credit for that. My beef now I will agree with you. Like Charlotte has had the career because of her last name.
Exactly. Everybody's made Charlotte look good. Everybody gave an effort to make Charlotte look like she's better than what she is. Kind of similar to Brock Lesnar, although Brock Lesnar is a legitimate fighter. They made Charlotte look like she's good.
I'm gonna disagree with you.
I agree because
Charlotte, nope. I disagree.
They kept her away from Naomi and they kept her away from Bianca.
She wrestled Bianca.
It didn't work out too well for Bianca nor Charlotte. But they definitely kept away from Naomi.
But they definitely kept away. They had one match with her and Naomi, and they kept comparing the athleticism, and they found a way to make Charlotte win that match. As always. But if she's in the ring with somebody who's actually skilled and can wrestle, she's looked sloppy every single time. Case in point, let's go back to the WrestleMania match with her, Ronda, and Becky.
Becky carried that entire match. I'm not even going to front.
My point exactly.
Yes.
My point exactly.
Yes. But Charlotte had some good points. Well, first of all, Ronda couldn't wrestle to save her damn life. She can't wrestle herself out of a wet paper bag.
Yeah, but she go ahead.
No, she can't. She can fight, but she can't wrestle.
She can fight up until she gets to that sideboard, and that's about it.
Right. Ronda was better. Ronda was better doing the build-up. Ronda was better doing the build-up to that triple threat match. Like when her and Charlotte got put into the same police car and they kept scrapping inside the car. Yeah. That was all great. The whole build-up to that was great. But the actual match, I gotta give it to the man. Becky Lynch carried that match. And she deserved to walk out of it, which she did with the championships. Excuse me.
My problem with the whole Tiffany thing is I understand, you won it from Nia. And Nia just kind of faded off into the ether. I don't know what she's doing right now.
I think she injured.
Should have been involved. Okay, well, she injured, and that solves that. But it could have been somebody. I don't know. I feel like she's a transitional champion. They letting her rock until they figure out who else they gonna put this belt on.
No, I don't think she's a transitional champion.
At that point, they could have put it on Chelsea.
Right.
Who knows? Or Roxanne, because I think they keep sneaking Roxanne in there. They keep edging her in there.
She ain't ready yet. She ain't ready yet.
Oh, you saying Roxanne ain't ready, but Tiffany is?
I don't think Roxanne's ready to carry the title. I don't think.
I forgot you don't watch NXT. I'm sorry.
Now I watch NXT enough to know that Roxanne Perez is a beast, and it's a reason why they keep giving her main roster time. I know she ain't no slouch. She went against Tiffany last night, and you can't say that Roxanne carried that match by herself because her and Tiffany. No, you cannot. Because her and Tiffany had battles down NXT. So let's not do that, sir.
Roxanne carried Tiffany back then.
Nah, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. I'm gonna disagree with you.
Okay, Tiffany got the cartwheel Alabama slam, the moonsault. Can you tell me something else?
The bicycle kick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Everybody doing that bicycle kick.
Half-ass bicycle kick.
And what does other than Roxanne's crossface? What does she have?
If you actually watch a Roxanne Perez match, Roxanne can actually wrestle. She performs holds. She performs the crossface. She got
so she's a technical wrestler where Tiffany's the brawler. Tiffany's not a technical wrestler.
Roxanne's a Booker T chop.
Right.
Thank you. Which means she can wrestle.
I never said she couldn't wrestle.
Tiffany Stratton is a cheerleader on steroids.
I will say everybody that's come out of Booker T school, hands down, can wrestle. Usos, Bianca, Naomi, Street Profits. What's my girl name that's now TNA now that was with WWE?
You
Pick
talking
one.
about Ember? Not
Yeah,
Ember.
Amber Moon.
Yeah,
Gosh, she's fine, yo.
I
Can
love
we
Ember
not do
Moon.
this right now?
No, we can't.
Can we
Ember
not do
Moon.
this right now?
All
Ember
right.
can still get love no matter where she's at.
So, who
Yes,
do
you
y'all
will.
have
Yes, you will.
for this match? Who do y'all have?
I got Tiffany.
Charlotte.
I got Tiffany.
Charlotte.
So we're gonna talk about a
Because
non-title.
WWE is weird that way.
They are. We're gonna talk about a non. You said Tiffany was a brawler
With a straight face. Thank you, Sean.
She
He said
is
it
a
with a straight
brawler.
face.
She's not
That
a
girl is
technical
Buffy
wrestler.
That
So
girl
if
is
she's
Buffy
not,
the Vampire Slayer.
so if she's not a technical wrestler, then what is she? That would make her a brawler.
You really like to know what she is? You really want to know what she is?
Don't say she's trash.
She's a blonde with big tits.
Implants, but still.
That's all they care about.
Nah.
That's all she is.
All right, so let's talk about this match. This triple threat match.
Who that be? Oh, somebody's gonna die.
This one is gonna be tough to call. I ain't gonna lie. It can go.
I'm
It
already
can
calling
go one of the three ways.
It ain't tough to call.
It's
CM
tough.
Punk probably will win, and Seth is going to beat up CM Punk at the end, and he's going to cross over and be the new Paul Heyman guy.
You really think that, don't you?
I do.
I think you.
I'm actually
He's the
gonna.
only one that
I'm
don't
actually
have.
gonna. I'm gonna.
He's the only one that
I'm gonna
don't have
side
nothing
with
to
the.
lose when it comes to them.
I'm gonna side with the tribal chief. You know why? Because he's the one who's not on TV the most. He's gonna win and roll out and go do something else, and leave Punk and Seth to battle it out over Paul Heyman.
The craziest part about it is Roman don't need to win.
He don't.
The only one that really needs to win out of this whole thing is either Punk or Rollins, because they both lost at WrestleMania. One lost at WrestleMania, wasn't even in WrestleMania.
Well, actually, all of them lost to WrestleMania, didn't they?
I did. Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Shit.
Yeah, because theoretically Punk lost and won in the same WrestleMania.
Yeah. You're right.
Because when
I'm
he
going with
caught
the tribal
that,
chief.
when he caught that Ultra RKO from Randy Orton.
Huh?
He's talking about Seth.
When Seth got
He's always
RKO.
old. People.
Oh, that wasn't even right. That man seen his whole future as soon as he came down. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be champion next year.
Yo.
But I really think I think he's the new Paul Heyman guy. Because he's gonna be full his wish. He's gonna literally come down there with Punk. He's gonna be some point in the match where they both gonna be down. He's gonna give the belt to Roman to try to use it to help Roman at the same time. And it's gonna backfire on all of them. And Steph's gonna wind up using it.
All right, so Sean says that I'm sorry, Chris. I apologize, Chris. Chris says that I like to see CM Punk win. Danny,
Yo,
did you or did you not literally say this to me the other day? That custody of Paul Heyman on a pole match.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I did.
Man.
I did.
He literally said that to me the other day.
I did. I'm trying to tell you. Triple H should come call me and have me work for him. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, I'm trying to tell you something good is. I got the tea. Trying to tell you. It's going to be a problem.
All right, I'm
Either
gonna
way
go.
you look at it,
So here's
by
my
the
thing.
end of this year, it's going to be Punk and Rollins.
So
all year.
I am going to agree with as far as this is hard to call because you got 3 main eventers, but I'm going with Punk, and not because Punk's going to be the better guy that night. Punk has yet to win or main event of WrestleMania, so I feel like Punk's going to be the one to win. It's going to be that check mark in his book of life for his career to say that he got to win.
Yeah. But his book of life would be a main eventer at WrestleMania. He ain't say to win it.
No, he did. Why would you main event WrestleMania and not want to win?
No, the goal is always the main event to join. Now, if you win, that's a bonus.
No, his goal was to main event WrestleMania and win, because his actual goal was to go to WrestleMania either as a champion in main event or go to WrestleMania and fight for the champion and win.
All right, so he got a participation award.
But do
Yeah.
you really care that he doesn't? There's no belt involved because look at the people involved. That match is more important than the freaking Cody
No,
and John
I
Cena.
don't.
Right now.
I don't care that there's no title involved. I don't. Personally, I don't. I think this is going to be a great match because you have 3 great freaking wrestlers. You have 3 great storytellers. I'm just glad that that Roman's not getting blindsided again with a with a cash and making the match into a triple threat match.
I actually feel like something's going. I actually feel like he's like the afterthought in this scenario, but something's still going to happen to him.
He is. I
Roman?
wouldn't be surprised if The Rock come down.
And that's my thought process. I'm thinking
I'm
somewhere along the line, something like that's going to happen.
I don't think Rock's going to play a part in this match. I think Rock's going to play a part in this match.
Jey Uso match.
Nope. This match. Because the the undisputed WWE Championship match. And the reason why I say that is because, okay, so let's go back. My bad. I got Punk. Who do you got now? Roman.
He got
and
nah,
Danny,
I
you got Seth. You got Seth. All right, so I hope my son Damon's not watching this episode because when I called the elimination chamber, he got so pissed with me. I mean, like not just the fact that Cena won, but the actual turn that took place. So here's the thing. I think Cody's going to walk out of WrestleMania with the championship. And the reason why I think that he's going to walk out with the championship is because everything, unless something happens with the Go Home show next week, I got Cody walking out. Because everything that's been going on with John Cena promo wise, it hasn't shown me that he's a guy that's actually wants the title. And then when you say you promote yourself as going, I'm going to spend the next year here in WWE, but then you cut a promo saying that I'm going to win the title on WrestleMania, then go home, and I'll be the last real champion. That's a massive contradiction. And I understand wrestling does that. People say wrestling, stuff just goes weird, and I get that. But no, Sean, it is not the return of the spinner.
I think it is.
It's not.
I think it is. Because if you think about it,
he can't rock the spinner being the conservative Republican that he is today. No, when you was the rapper, you can do that. You can't wear it now.
I think that Cena's going to win just because of what Kevin said. Like Kevin literally said the thing that I was going to say earlier. Cena literally said that he can go out here and say anything he wants, and all he got to do is stick the microphone out, and y'all gonna boo to whatever he said.
Right.
He could come out there and yell out alphabet 1, 2, 3. You're gonna boo. 1 week he said he's gonna take it home. Next minute he's gonna spend a year. He's just toying with the crowd. I think he's honestly gonna win, but it's not gonna be on him. I think the key person here, I said it once before, a couple times, a lot of people, that Travis Scott. Travis Scott, he's the secret person in all this whole thing. I think he's the hired assassin for everybody. That's how I kind of figure that if Jey win, it's going to be because of Travis Scott. The Rock is going to interfere in that match some kind of way. This whole WrestleMania is going by The Rock and putting the team together. John Cena, Travis Scott, Seth Rollins, and the final boss. That's
Hold on, bro. I need you to make your mind up because first you said it's going to be Seth and Paul. Now you're saying it's Seth and Rock.
So who you mean to tell me?
Seth can't be in 2 places.
Can't go?
He can't be in 2 places.
Paul Heyman can't go?
No, Paul Heyman can go.
You mean to tell me Paul Heyman can't go?
No.
So Paul Heyman can fall
Paul
under the Rock's
was on
orders.
SmackDown last week and he was on Raw. You mean to tell me he can't go?
What'd you say now?
I said Paul's going to fall for the Rock's orders. Go pick up Seth. Help him win that match.
Nah.
Scoop up Jey. Help him win that match. Scoop up Cena.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's just in my gut, Travis Scott is the piece in this whole puzzle. You came down with Jey Uso.
I don't want Travis Scott nowhere near here, yo. You got your theme song. You got your song attached to the theme. Let's keep it that way.
He got to be there with the theme song.
He got to get a receipt for that smack, yo.
But that's not going to happen in Mania, though.
It's definitely going to happen in Mania. And that backlash is going to be Cody versus him. If something's going to happen when, like, what was the whole purpose of him coming out there with Jey Uso doing that match?
Because
yeeting
he
down the
did the
crowd.
theme song because he did the theme song for Bad Blood.
It's him
Just
and
like he
Juice
did
Smoke.
Yeah, man, look, whatever. And then he came out again, and he was the person in the ring with Cody. There's something about every time he's around, somebody's getting hurt or he's just a target.
Nobody got hurt the first time he was around, yo.
But keep in mind, the Rock's been throwing out signals since last year about this whole turn. We ain't never pick up on it. I'm telling you, he's the missing piece somewhere down the line.
Normally I would agree with you on certain aspects, but I think you're reaching.
I don't
Travis
know.
Scott. Yo, Sean said Travis Scott should defend the hardcore title.
Listen, let's remember when they showed Seth Rollins doing the STF in the ring at Elimination Chamber. Then when he pushed John Cena was like, what you push me for? All this stuff, like, y'all on the same team, bro. Like, something is wrong with this picture, and it's under our noses.
Nah. Courtney said if Travis Scott shows up, I'm going to choke slam him.
I would love for you to do that.
I would love to see it. Do you have your own gear?
Yeah. While I'm eating my chocolate chip cookie.
She could do the rear view. That would be dope.
That would be excellent. Yeah. Well, matter of fact, she could do the cartwheel all Alabama.
Can you stop? Can you stop? That's my wife's cousin. That's my wife's cousin.
What's up, Chris? How you feeling?
All right, so I say CM Punk. One, Seth. Then we talked about. So I said Cody's going to walk out with this championship. Why am I feel like I'm forgetting the match?
You are. It was like the whole other matches. Name. I forget. I feel like we got over to the end.
We never took who's going to win between Cody and Jay-Z.
20 matches.
I said Cody.
All right.
Oh, the triple threat match.
Now?
Cody.
Triple threat match. No, the Fatal 4-Way. That's the match I'm missing because that joint just got added to the damn card on Monday.
What Fatal 4-Way?
The Intercontinental Championship match with Braun Breaker.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Y'all stupid. Y'all so damn stupid. I swear.
That's my point. Y'all throwing stuff together like the week before WrestleMania. Nobody even thought about that joint, man.
Y'all are
you want to show me
yo.
a match? Put Penta versus Ray Phoenix in the ring.
Yo,
aren't they cousins, y'all?
They brothers.
They brothers.
They fought a few times in TNA and Lucha Underground, whatever. But since you like to segue, I got to segue to the Ray Phoenix match this week. Yo ran across the rope and said "Adios, amigo," and kicked old boy in the face.
That's the name of the move.
So I'm assuming this is supposed to be Rey Mysterio's replacement because Ray got to go now. You can't come. You're not the Ray here no more, sir. You gotta go.
I don't know who the hell's supposed to be Ray replacement. I don't know if it's supposed to be.
It's this dude.
I don't know because you got Penta, you got Ray Phoenix, and then what's my man's name? Part of
I know you're not talking about Dragon Lee. No,
Dragon Lee.
Nah. Yo ran across
Ray
the
Mysterio. You gotta remember. Ray Mysterio did tell Dragon Lee he was the future luchador.
Yeah, Ray Mysterio said he was a good father to Dominic. He's a liar. Yo ran across the rope and kicked that man in the face. Said adios, and then did a turnaround moonsault kick in the face again. Come on, and then
first of all, let me give you.
And they have the racist Mexican muscle buster. That's the racist.
The MMB is the hardest move I ever seen.
The Mexican muscle buster. Well, that's like the Mexican destroyer, yo. Why they put Mexican in front of these names all of a sudden, yo?
Oh, you don't spin nobody in the muscle buster, bro.
Yo, at first because I'm
concerned nobody.
Because the last time I saw somebody get a muscle buster was Tyson, and you see what happened to him. So I don't like the muscle buster anymore, but he made me like it again. Like
no, the last person
your boy Joe, Samoa Joe never stopped doing the muscle buster, yo. Sean said Braun should be a Paul Heyman guy.
I agree. Braun needs something else. He needs another oomph to his character, and Paul would be a great advocate. I agree.
Nobody can get out of what? Nope. Take that down.
No, hey, wait. Nope. That's all right. I'm just going to
bring it back. No,
bring it back.
Oh, back. No.
I got to see that. Wait a minute.
No, what? Nope.
She said through the thighs.
Nope. Don't read that out loud. You ain't gotta read that out loud.
Get earmuffed.
Nope. Stop.
Well, take you do like you point to the WrestleMania sign. Let's go.
Nope.
Somebody getting the fat boy.
I gotta come out to the. That's how you gotta come out to the Usos' old entrance.
Yo, shut up, yo.
Almost Samoa.
All right, so who do we have for this damn match, yo?
I got Dom.
You got Dom? Wow.
I got Dom.
Please explain.
Listen, because Dom is gonna be the one to make mistake and get Finn gonna wind up doing all the work. All gonna wind up doing the work. They're gonna do some kind of a kick, and Dom gonna fall into the pin. And Finn gonna be so overzealous for getting back into the ring, make a mistake, and Dom gonna win.
Are you serious? This actually made
I like
it.
Card,
yo.
I like it. I like it. I agree. I'm going.
Out of all these people that's on this list, who deserves that belt more?
Dom. Oh, Dom. That's I never thought I'd say this, but Dom definitely.
Dom was the only person.
Yo, Sean, shut up, Sean. Just shut up, Sean.
If you gotta go with it. Facts. If you die, you die.
If you dies, he dies.
He die, you die. Hey, do you know, the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. My bad. I'm sorry.
All right, so I never thought I would say this, but I agree with you. It should be Dominic Mysterio because, like,
it should be Dom.
He is definitely one of the most underrated and does the most work out of a lot of people on the roster. And Don is just phenomenal. Like, I love this man, yo.
Yo, how do you just wake up and get booed? People in the hotel room start booing you. You call for room service. Hey, can I get French toast? Boo. Like, what?
But he falls like when he first came in and they was trying to, rock with his father and be the baby face. I'm like, everybody is beating the brakes off him every other week. I'm like, all right, I don't see him making it that long. When he made that transition and we started rocking with the Judgment Day, I've been a fan of Dom ever since. I ain't gonna lie.
I honestly think he has more moves in the repertoire. Your godfather's Eddie Guerrero. Your best friend to your father is Edge. You feel me? And then your daddy's Rey Mysterio. You picking up 3 different techniques and styles in one person. You're a dangerous person, bro. And then you working around Finn Balor and them all day long.
And here's the thing. And like, I'm gonna back up for a second. Like Nas said that when he first got there, and he was getting receipts left and right because you skipped the line, yo.
Yeah. So you wanted to earn it.
And he earned it. And I'm not gonna lie, what was it? WrestleMania 39? When my man showed up, hopped up the penitentiary van with the
that joint was ill.
Yo,
Dirty Dom coming out the prison joint was the illest entrance I've seen in a very long time.
I want to be so mad at that entrance, but it worked. I laughed because it was dumb.
And you know who made it better? You know who amped it up? And they got bounced to NXT? Corey Graves, yo. Corey Graves is responsible for Dirty Dom being at the height he had got to at that point.
My man said 48 hours of hard time is enough to change a man.
Yo, I never thought anybody would be more hated. I never thought anybody would be more hated, like organically hated, than Vicky Guerrero. Because y'all gotta remember the kind of heat that Vicky used to grab coming out. Like she couldn't talk on the mic. They would just boo her. And
that's where that excuse me came from.
Right. And Dom caught that kind of heat. But him being around the right people taught him. Because you could tell when it was first happening, it was affecting him. And he didn't know how to handle it. And it was just like, yo, no, you run with it. You let them boo you.
I had an argument with the internet wrestling community the other day. For some reason, I like getting into it with
IWC champ, internet wrestling community.
Yeah. So my point of view was, because everybody likes to scream how big Rhea Ripley is and she's better than Bianca and better than Io. I'm like, let's be 100. If it wasn't for Dom making Rhea his mommy, nobody would give a fuck about Rhea. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
I don't know.
I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm not saying she wasn't cool, not saying she wasn't a good B, mid cardish,
She was
occasional
she was
champion.
fizzing out. She was fizzing out a little bit because she rose too fast.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She was fizzing out a little bit. She
Dom.
still had the crowd.
Dom.
Dom was that old bait on the chicken that you always needed.
Thank you. Dom sparked that joint up. And now she's mommy all over the place. Mommy's always on top. Dom. Give Dom that credit for that.
But physical wise, she ain't better than Bianca.
Definitely not.
Better than Bianca.
Speaking of EO, did everybody see the little the rice cakes that came out this week?
Yo, first
That's
of
what that
all,
was?
that's racist. Second of all, when I said that, y'all looked at me like I was crazy. Because when I put that in the chat, I was like, yo, EO got her little cheeks hanging out. And y'all was like, oh, for real?
You saw Adam Pearce was checking them joints out too. He was like,
Nah, bro, you can keep that right over there. That's all rat food.
Adam Pearce
she
is a
was
perv,
happy
yo.
about them cakes, yo. She was definitely smiling about them joints.
Look, I'm not even like she had confidence in her. She should. Why are you making that face, yo?
I need meat.
Hey, Fu Young was cooking.
It was.
Don't do that because I love A4 Young. Don't do that, man. I need meat on my bones, bro.
Definitely,
nah,
definitely.
Yeah, she'll give you some of that.
Definitely
She mess around, give you some of that lo mein and change your life.
I don't want no kind of. I want none of her stocking. Hey, who we got winning this match though?
I said. Well, you said Dom.
I said Dom.
I'm gonna go with your pick.
You pick a Dom too?
I'm going with Dom.
Now, Sean in the chat, I put it up, but we was rambling. He said Finn.
I mean, he's drunk.
He's overdue.
He is overdue. Sean's not a drunk.
If Finn get that belt, it's going to be, if Finn don't win, it's him and Dom at SummerSlam.
No, yeah. I don't
it's him and Dom at SummerSlam.
Because if you go back and watch the promo they cut, I think Monday, they was and he's like, yeah, okay, sure, Dom, you're right. Finn don't want him to win.
No, he don't.
The Demon do.
Nope. No. And I don't think we're going to get the Demon back, yo. I know you keep reaching for that. I don't think we're going to get that.
I'm reaching like a midget trying to paint the
Aleister Black coming in as the new member of Judgment Day.
But he's going to be on SmackDown.
Who?
I don't know.
Aleister Black.
I don't need Aleister Black and nobody else is stable.
I actually didn't have a problem with his stable in AEW. I just had a problem that it was in AEW. Should have been somewhere else.
Yeah.
Hey, House of Black definitely should have been in WWE. Our version of House of Black was Authors of Pain in them.
Well, you think you think Selina's gonna join him?
She should.
Oh, absolutely. She should. That's the man. Bounce. LWO is doing nothing for you, man. Bounce.
Just because it's been demon teases don't mean we're going to get one, Sean. Like I don't want to see Finn Balor's demon. I don't think it's pointless now. Like that time for that is past.
He should bring the demon back the way they did on NXT.
Nah.
Or send the SmackDown.
No. Here's the problem. It's almost like the Undertaker streak. The mystique is gone. Once he lost twice as the demon, it doesn't have the same flair no more.
And it
well, you lost to the Fiend, so that's not a bad loss.
But that was the Triple H era now though. He can make it prestige like it used to be. Don't have it at WrestleMania. Have him at SummerSlam.
I don't think so.
Put him at a SummerSlam.
I don't think the demon. I don't think the Finn Balor demon is going to have the same impact.
As a matter of fact, keep him for the European shows.
It just got to the point where Undertaker, we were just happy to see him not die in the ring. Like, okay, the streak's over now, but we just happy to see you not die in the ring now, yo.
Yeah, once the streak was over, I'm like, all right, so you can go ahead. You can keep going.
So, and I feel like that with the demon. The demon lost 2 matches. There's no point in him having it again. The whole purpose of the demon was undefeated. He was undefeated. Decimate the devil.
You wasn't going to have the demon beat the Fiend. That just wasn't going to happen.
Right.
I'm reaching like a midget trying to paint the ceiling.
And Kev, yes, you did skip a match because we forgot about the triple threat match.
What triple threat match?
Rhea.
Oh, Bianca now?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I ain't forget
Oh,
about
we
that
talking
match. I
about
was gonna get to that one.
rice cakes,
No, we
rice
did talk
cakes,
about
fried
that match.
chicken,
No, we didn't. I thought we talked
rice
about it,
cakes,
but we
fried
didn't.
chicken, and shoeys.
Hold
There it
on.
is.
Hold on. I think we're gonna talk about this match a little bit more in depth than
Rice
everybody else's.
cakes,
So
fried
can we just
chicken,
get
and
this? Can we
shoeys.
get this last minute bull crap out the way, please? World Tag Team Championships. The Viking Raiders versus the New Day.
The War Raiders
Now,
need to be put out the pasture.
once again,
Put
I'm
them on.
reaching again. I'm gonna reach again.
Evil New Day.
I want to do the War Raiders to win on behalf of Big E. Because Big E went away with that a little bit too quietly.
Yeah,
That
he
whole
got to took that one on
situation.
the chin. Dipped
He
off.
took it on the chin and walked off too smoothly. You ain't gonna disrespect me like that and walk off and expect me to be buddy with you on your video game podcast.
Whoa,
No,
hold
sir.
on. Pause for a second. Pause for the cause. Sean, please explain to me why the demon loss to Bray Wyatt doesn't count. And while you type that up, sir, we're gonna go back and finish talking about the New Day World Tag Team title match. That's crazy.
I got them trying to cheat, but Big E comes down. Some kind of way his music plays. He don't come down per se, but his music plays. Messes them up, and they by the distraction they lose. That can happen, or at this point, the New Day has to win to keep that mystique up.
You know what?
The tag team on Raw is for men is dead.
It's really dead. However,
It's
I like the
72
New
teams.
Day winning, and since old boy got his little charges and stuff cleared up, he technically can come back.
Cool.
Big boy from NXT that was hitting that trying to replace Big E, and then he got into his little domestic situation or accused, and they fired him.
Oh yeah.
That's cleared up.
Yeah.
So I've always had
He could come back.
issues. I always have issues with WWE. Like, I get the zero tolerance on domestic violence, and on DV and SO charges, but you are firing people prematurely.
Very
Like
much so.
they did it to Rich Swann when his ex-wife, or at the time his wife, accused him of domestic violence, and he got fired. And they come to find out she lied. Everybody's least favorite person in the locker room, but he was entertaining on the mic. What's my man's name? Bada boom, bada bing. Realest guy in the room.
Enzo.
Yeah, Enzo. Yeah. He got accused of an SO charge. To come to find out, the girl lied. But they was looking for a reason to fire him anyway. But once again, prematurely fired him. Come to find out, the girl lied. And the guy that you're referring to now said he got hit with an SO charge. And come to find out, the girl lied.
Exactly.
You know, like, it's crazy. Like, I get the zero tolerance, and I'm all for it. Like, you dirty, you dirty. You do something wrong, you put your hands on a woman, you catch that charge. If you put the hands on a woman, if you sexually did something inappropriate to a woman, you catch that charge. But prove it first. Let the justice system run its course. If you don't want to pay him, hold on. Velveteen Dream is a different case. Because, bro, you had text messages that you was talking to an underage person. The person told you they was a minor, and you kept pushing. That's on you. I do believe people deserve second chances.
Can I ask her one question, though?
Go ahead.
That's that DC right there.
How old was the young lady?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not DC.
How old was the young lady?
She was under 18.
How old was Velveteen Dream at the time?
In his 20s.
No, nigga was 19. Remember, he was young.
But that still makes you an adult. It don't matter. Is she not 18?
17? Is she 17 about to be 18?
It don't matter. Okay. If you're not 18, you are not on the scene. Bump that, bro. No.
Unless you trying to tell me.
Unless I met you prior.
We're gonna do
hold on,
pause. We're gonna leave that alone.
Hold on, pause. So, and I know we're going off, but this I think this is an important conversation we should have real quick. If I met you, say when I'm like 18 years old and you 17 and still like we in high school, and then after I graduate, I turned 19, but we were still rocking prior to that, I'm fine. I get that. And because your parents already knew about me and they didn't have a problem. You see what I'm saying? But Velveteen Dream was working for the WWE. He was training, bro. He was a grown man. What's going on, Marquise? Welcome to the show. Late to the party. My apologies. It don't matter, yo. You 19 or 20. Once you hit 18,
You're trying to tell
are
me
considered
in this
age of
world, he's
majority.
the only 19-year-old that ever talked to a 16-year-old. You really trying to tell
No,
me that?
no, that don't make it right.
Most of the chicks we grew up with was dating niggas that were 23 and 30.
And that don't make it right. And them
No,
dudes was pervs. They were
but
pervs.
19 is he's still a teenager. I don't
Don't
care if it's the
matter.
legal age of adulthood.
I get what you're saying. Yes, because it has teen at the end of his age. But by law, you are now eligible to join the military. You can buy a gun. Only thing you can't do is drink alcohol legally. So the law says
you are a law-abiding citizen.
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, bro, it's not how we see it. It's how the law is going to see it. End of the day. You got more to lose. You have more to lose as Velveteen Dream than you did. And forgive me, I can't remember his real name as who he is in real life.
I don't remember his real name either. But I'm saying the kid, as far as him,
I just remember, bro. I remember, bro.
I agree with everything you're saying up until the extent of for that young man to be a young man. He's not thinking, "Oh, I'm ruining my career." He's thinking about getting some ass. Let's call it what it is. He's 19, 16.
I might even let it slide. I might even let it slide if she was 17, but she wasn't 17. She was 16.
Wasn't he dating Kelly at the time too? The commentator that's there now.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was dating Kathy Kelly.
Yes.
And Kathy Kelly
she dumped him. Then she dumped him and got engaged to Finn Balor, and then they broke it off.
Right. And she's not that much younger than him. They were still within the same age range.
But Kathy Kelly's
so Kathy Kelly is older.
Yes.
Yeah, so like 3 years older.
Was she in the wrong for messing with him?
But he was legal.
Legal to who?
To the law.
The government?
He was 18, bro. 19, excuse me.
You know when I first moved to Maryland,
20.
I know we're off topic.
He was 20 when they was messing with each other.
I'm going to put this point out there and I'm going to leave it alone because we're very off topic. But when I moved to Maryland, when I first got there, I met some young men. And young men were looking at this young girl walking down the street. And the girl had to be about 15, 16 years old. And I was like, what the hell are y'all looking at her for? And they said, Maryland, the legal age of consent is 15.
It's 15.
That's cool.
That don't make it right, bro. All right.
What I'm saying is, people will justify what they need to justify and make rules and get away with what they want to get away with.
So hold on. I'm gonna touch on that. We're gonna touch on this, say our last bit, then we're gonna move on. His real name is Patrick. His real name is Patrick Clark Jr. We're talking about Velveteen Dream. That's his real name. And Courtney says, I was 16 dating a 23-year-old. Not saying it. Hold on, not saying it's right. He definitely could have gotten in trouble.
I was too, so I'm not even kidding.
But you was 23 dating a 16-year-old, yo?
No, I was 16 with a 23-year-old.
Okay. That still don't make it right, bro. Let's see for dudes.
First of all, look, your opinion and my opinion is mind your business.
Oh, no, but look, though. Ironically, the flip coin of that, you a young dude with an older chick. That's like, yo, go do your thing. It still ain't right, though.
Twice.
As men, we like, go do your thing. But the point I was going to make to you now is that here's the problem. In the state of Maryland, we don't have statutory rape laws. So that's why the early age of consent is 15. We don't have statutory rape laws here in Maryland. But we do have sex. But we do have minor sexual assault laws here. Okay, so we do have minor SA laws here. So even if the age of consent is 15, you 20-something years old and you mess with my 16-year-old daughter, I can still press charges. I don't care if she gave you consent or not. I'm still having you locked up, and the state can still press charges. It's only age of consent when it's consensual from the parent.
I think the young man should have been shown a little grace, not fired, maybe counseled, maybe have some mentor, and say, "Hey, even though you're 19, you are in the public eye, sir. They almost had you get the main roster."
I don't think that's what really got. I think the text messages he sent was so graphic because it wasn't even the girl that got him jammed up. It was her parents. Because those text messages was graphic.
I mean, you got to send the message to get what you need. I got to tell you, I'm about to give you the Scooby Doo oop, so I need you to know what's going on, shorty. Come back to me, tell me what I want to hear.
All right, so back on task. Let's get back on task.
Hey, Ken, you want to know what's crazy though, Ken?
What's up?
I just had a situation like this with Danny like a couple months back.
See? And you in Virginia, they got whole types of statutory laws down there. That's a
That's why
Commonwealth
we
state.
did we
Boy,
did that quick.
you
We
get
did that quick.
5 years for
Listen,
having a gram. 5 years
listen.
for a gram.
You
All right.
know what's crazy, bro? The shorty
Don't
look
ask
like
me how
she's
I know
about
that.
7.
Don't ask me how I know that.
Listen, the shorty look like she was 17. So I'm taking them home, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm going out to the club tomorrow." He was like, "All right, I'll holler at you later." I was like, "Wait a minute, the club?" She said, "Yeah." All right, cool. And Danny was like, "Yeah, she'll be 21 next week." I said, "Yeah, she'll be." Say it again.
What? I'm sorry, what? So here's the problem. Here's the problem. As a father, you like, yeah, that's my son right there. But then you was like, yeah, no, nope,
Yeah,
nope.
yeah,
Cut that off.
that was
Cut
me.
that
That was
off.
me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm in the car like, oh yeah, for real. Oh yeah, that's
So
crazy.
chip
She
off,
how old? That's
chip off
crazy.
the old,
That's what's
chip
up.
off the old
You know,
block.
you turn
See,
that corner to get close to the house. Reality hits you like, we can't do this. We can't do this at all.
See,
We
look,
can't
and
do this at all.
Sean knows that Sean's originally from VA. He knows the Commonwealth don't play. They don't
They
play down in
don't
Virginia,
play,
boy. Look, you catch
especially in
5 years.
Portsmouth.
You oh, here we go. You catch 5 years for a gram. That's all I'm saying. They give you 5 years for a gram,
Look,
yo. That is
it's a
crazy.
year for a bullet. And hope you don't got a 30 clip. It's
All
going until
right.
your life is done
So,
done.
all
Moving
right.
on.
So back on topic, so we can go ahead and get this show wrapped up and so we can get to the last match. I got the War Raiders winning this match between New Day for the World Tag Titles. Who do you have, gentlemen? War
New
Raiders
Day.
from Dan.
Well, well,
Who
it's the
you
new
got?
technique.
New Day.
New Day.
New
All
New
right.
Day. New Day.
All right, so let's talk about the actual
And you
match
got
that's
Goku
important
and
to all of
Vegeta.
us.
Goku and Vegeta.
All right, so let's go. This is the
What is
last
this?
match that we're going to discuss tonight. This is the WWE Women's Wrong match. The hell?
I thought we already talked about this match.
We did.
What's
My computer's playing games on me. But we're going to be talking about the triple threat women's title match. Here we go. For the WWE World Women's Heavyweight Championship. We have Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Mommy Bloody Ripley.
Hey, look, I put down there BB versus RR versus Iz.
Versus Ears, yo.
Iz, IS.
Is I'm gonna hurt you, yo. Marquis say New Day is winning, solidifying the heel turn for New Day.
They
for that
have
tag.
to. If they don't, they solidify working at McDonald's next Monday.
So I'm gonna sit here and say what I gotta say, and I'm gonna chill because I know y'all two got a lot to say about this, especially you now. I think Bianca is going to walk away with the championship match. The reason being she is undefeated at WrestleMania, and I think they want to keep that going for her. Io, unfortunately, has been an afterthought in this entire process. Even on Friday, when she did what she did when the match got officially announced as a triple threat match, she was still treated as an afterthought, even though she was the last person walking out, or the only person walking out. And they got to find something else to do with Rhea. I can't see Rhea walking out as the champion.
Send it to SmackDown.
And if Bianca wins, this will help build towards her and Jade after they go through whatever they go through with Naomi and the tag team.
That's either way.
And then wind up being a one-on-one match between Bianca and Jade, probably at SummerSlam or leading up. Because I think Backlash is going to win. We're going to have the tag match, and then everything else leading up to that. It may not even be SummerSlam. We may get the Bianca Jade title match prior to that, but I think it's going to be like a best out of three type of situation. Where it ends at SummerSlam, where it correlates at SummerSlam. Marquis says y'all are popping off. So Sean says Rhea. Hold on. Okay, Sean says Rhea. Courtney says Rhea all day, and Marquis says Bianca walking out champ. Io takes the pin because Bianca turns heel afterwards. We get a Rhea Bianca feud post Mania.
That could happen because you're gonna split up Bianca and Naomi. It'll just be Naomi and Jade to be take over SmackDown, and it'll be Rhea and Bianca on Raw. There's no real woman power over Raw except for Rhea.
Except for Rhea, you're right.
So you need more. On the other hand of that, I technically got EO winning. It depends on how they lay the match out. If the Naomi match is first, I got Jade coming down there, interrupting the match, distracting Bianca, and we're gonna have the whole Bianca and Jade to a SummerSlam thing. Then we're going because we don't really need to see EO and Rhea again. I don't know when EO to have a belt anymore. I'm just gonna be completely honest. I don't even see the whole point.
I don't think this title run is as important as her last one. Like her last title run had a very significant impact.
This title run is only feels different because people know that she ain't really supposed to have it. They don't want to see her with that belt. They want Rhea with that belt. Rhea with Bianca. I don't like the fact that Rhea's in it because you can just walk off and grab the contract to sign your name on and you in the match.
And that's what what's the name says. That's what what's the name said. Bianca said I earned my way into this. They said win the Rumble or win Elimination Chamber. I won Elimination Chamber. I earned my spot. So now you can just walk up and take the contract. And now all of a sudden she said, well, hell, if I'd have known that, I'd have just did that from the door.
That's a fact. That's the whole thing. That's the only thing I don't understand with the whole situation. I don't think Rhea should be in this match at all. Rhea lost every opportunity. You took your eye off the ball and you lost to Io Sky. You had her beat. But you got jealous because your best friend clapped because it was a good match between y'all two. When she clapped and you got offended. Come on now. That don't make sense. Your temper got the best of you again, and it cost you your title. It's not cool. I don't think she should have been in that match. I think it should have been a straight up one-on-one Bianca versus Io, and Bianca beats Io every time. So hey.
So Marquise says that Bianca stays on Raw. Eventually, Street Profits get moved to Raw after the draft in May. I don't know.
If that happens, they need to be a faction.
They was together once, and that was during the pandemic era.
And they were killing during the pandemic era.
I mean, everybody was killing during the pandemic era. Even the pandemic was killing. So,
okay, I have EO on that note. Now, who do you have?
Yeah, okay, so I'm sorry.
Oh my God, we got the government. The government is coming.
Not good form, Kev. Not good form. Anyway.
You use 4 fingers instead of 3.
I'm always gonna go with Big Mama B. Big Mama B. Big Mama B. Bel-Air all day. So,
3 knuckles deep. 3 knuckles deep. You were saying
You almost got me. I can slide so quick. I can fall into it so quick. You almost got me.
That don't help you when you can slide so quick.
Yes, slide quick.
Sean said to the river. Sean said to the river.
To the river. Yes.
To the river.
You ever try to bowl the ball technique? Okay. All right, so I'm going with Bianca, number 1, because she's due to be back in the main event spot where she's supposed to be. As she said, she's earned her way into that joint, winning the Elimination Chamber. EO, I felt like, they kind of just threw it in there to kind of not give you. Everybody basically wanted to see Rhea and Bianca fight anyway. He threw EO in there because she's kind of been involved with both of them in some form or fashion from a history standpoint. And I get the whole point of the 3-way. Yes, EO's probably going to be the one to get pinned, either by Rhea or Bianca, which one everyone they decide is going to let win. Bianca still has the streak that I think she needs to keep alive, so that's another reason why I am voting for Bianca. I don't appreciate the clear people privilege. No offense to the clear people that I like. But it's clear people privilege for you to lose a match twice and you just walk up and get added to a match and you done nothing to earn that joint. Well, just simply because you said I want to be in.
Technically, Rhea's not a clear person. She's Australian.
No.
They're not considered. So they're not considered.
She's more Adams family than anything. She's more Adams family than Clear.
Now, granted, she can still be invited to the cookout, but she still used her privilege. That's the thing. She's double dipping. She's in the cookout 1 minute. She's using the privilege the next minute, and she got
So she
added
both
into the
hands.
match.
She both
She
hands.
she,
You said
she, she double scooped it. She double scooped.
she
Danny,
She
double
should
scoop.
not be in this match.
Danny,
She
stop.
should
I
not
know what you're doing.
be
I
in
know what you're
this
doing.
match.
Stop. All right.
Now,
Stop.
I do think Bianca's going to win. I do think this is going to cause
I
a
love
Rhea
this
Bianca
too.
little, what do you call it, campaign for a little while,
Yeah.
and then eventually they're gonna slow roll the Jade and Bianca thing because it's too early for that. We're gonna let Jade and Naomi rock out a little while. Let Bianca and Rhea rock out a little while. Now, unfortunately for Io, she's gonna, although she's the best wrestler in this 3-way, let's be honest, she's gonna fall to the wayside. Io is the best wrestler. I'm to be
Either way
honest.
you
I'm
look
gonna
at it,
call a spade a spade. Io is the best wrestler,
yeah.
but Bianca is the better talent.
I don't know.
Either
You know
way you look
what?
at it, Jade is winning the Royal Rumble next year. She's going to challenge Bianca. She's probably going to get screwed the rest of the year until that happens.
I feel like that all three of them are equally great wrestlers, but just for different
Nah.
reasons.
Nah.
No, I do. Like, that's my opinion.
Stop it.
Io is a great technical wrestler and high flyer.
Absolutely.
So that's why she stands out for that. Bianca
And she's
is
beating Rhea
power,
every single time.
and Bianca's
way.
power
And speed.
and speed. And Rhea is just a flat out fucking brawler. All right. She can brawl.
You can give everybody this brawler tag, sir.
No,
Why is everybody
I'm
doing
I'm giving two people the brawler tag tonight. That was Tiffany
Rhea
and
is a
what's her
technical
name?
brawler. She's a technical brawler.
Yeah, and because Rhea is a brawler.
Yeah.
Like when Rhea just walks up and headbutts you in the head, there's nothing technical about that, yo.
I just know it hurts. What?
What? Cap? For real, Sean? Cap?
Just like he'll put the cap up. He'll do the
He was
do the
like,
river cap up.
lies.
Lies.
Yeah, for our people who
Rhea,
don't speak,
Rhea, I
who
think
don't
Rhea
speak
can
slang.
wrestle because we seen her do the UK thing. We seen her do the Mae Young Classic thing. So I think she can wrestle. I just don't think she's better than Bianca or Io.
Yeah, I mean her format is that she's just a brawler and she's a technical brawler, like we said. She can do the rest of the stuff, like submission holds and all that. But out of all of them, Bianca's probably the less one. If Bianca throws some more submission holds in there, then her and Rhea be top notch. But she's not about that. She's about that. Don't touch my head like that.
When you got that much strength, you don't really have to know a lot of holds. Just bust people in the face and slam them. Call it a day.
When you really are the EST, it's the thing.
It's a real thing. I don't got it. She ain't got to be the best technical wrestler, but she's going to beat that technical wrestler. The only reason why Io beat her for the championship is because she hit in the head with a briefcase after the fact that she just got finished winning the match.
No, Bianca changed my life.
All right, gentlemen. So, final thoughts on these predictions.
I think some of the stuff was slammed in there too quickly because y'all didn't know what the hell y'all was doing up until last week, Friday. But I'm gonna watch it regardless. I'm gonna complain. WrestleMania and WWE is like a chick that you just with. You gonna complain about it, but you still with her
because she gives you, she makes you feel good from time to time.
She know how to do that thing.
Trying to say that every time I come around, and keep pulling me back.
The sloppy top is real.
Wow.
Danny,
huh?
Your final thoughts?
After the sloppy top comment, you got to give me a minute to get myself back together.
Right. I don't think you can. I don't think you can top that.
I can't. I think we got high hopes for this one, trying to make it seem better than 40 was last year. But it's not going to be. 40 was the beginning of what we should call the Triple H era. And we went ahead and give it time to cook. These matches were put in there for certain reasons, but the reasons weren't good enough. A lot of these were Monday night matches and Friday night matches that we already tired of seeing. Some of these could have been main event matches. But yeah, a lot of these stories didn't cook up. A lot of these, I think, going to get hot again after WrestleMania. We were probably witnessing the beginning of some stories there instead of the end. We're witnessing a lot of beginning of some stories. Like the triple threat thing, I think, is the end. The Drew McIntyre is the beginning. El Grande thing is pretty much the end. But yeah, a lot of these are going to be the end. A lot of these are going to be the beginning. Overall, I can't wait to see it. I'm going to see it regardless.
So
this WrestleMania is going to be like Endgame was. Endgame was like the epic topping to a 10-year climactic run, and then they gave us Multitude of Madness. This is gonna be like WrestleMania 41.
Here's my thing. My final thoughts on this WrestleMania that we're going to watch next week, the 19th and 20th, is that a lot of these matches could have been named ahead of time. Like, we knew we were going to get the triple threat match. Shut up, Courtney.
Yes, you did, Courtney. What would you like to say about it? No.
Courtney.
Yeah, nothing. She likes to say nothing.
That's Lil Wayne verse, not Courtney.
So anyway,
Nothing. You ain't saying nothing.
Can I finish my thoughts, sir? A lot of these matches could have been announced already. Like, we knew we was going to get the triple threat match for the women's title. That's something that could have been already announced. It could have been worked up a little bit different. The Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental Championship, I really feel like they were just trying to figure out how to get Braun Breaker and Penta on the card. I'm like, Braun Breaker should have already had a slot. Piggybacking on what Nas said, all of your champions should have been on this card automatically. Like, this is something that y'all should have had planned a year ago. Stop leaving champions off the card. I don't think it should be a Fatal 4-Way, but nonetheless, I think that match is probably going to be, whatever night that match falls on, it's going to be, that match needs to be early, because anybody follows that match is going to be a problem. So we need to get that match out the way, because that is going to be a phenomenal match. On top of that, like I said, some of these matches just feel like they just got thrown together. Like that New Day War Raiders match, because of what happened, I think, on Raw the other night, because they ended in disqualification and all this other crap. They like, we didn't lose the match, we should blah 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 blah, and then boom, it's there. Here we go. Hello, Miss Butler. Welcome to the show. So we just need to figure that out. Like, it should have been more put into these matches, and I feel a lot of the matches are just being thrown out at the last minute. Marquise says we are having our WrestleMania preview show on Thursday night at 9 p.m. on YouTube, Wrestling Talk Radio. So go and check him out for his WrestleMania preview show, him and his buddies, 9 o'clock on YouTube, Wrestling, WRASSLIN Talk Radio, this Thursday night, which is prior to WrestleMania Night 1. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this. Marquis said this card is definitely a weak card. No ladder match is mind-boggling.
That's my whole thing. I think because it's weak card, it's going to be off the charts.
Sean said this is the least exciting build to WrestleMania. I think they put too much emphasis on the fact that it's in Vegas. You know, I think that's one of the biggest issues. Like, they put too much. It seems like everything else that's surrounded around WrestleMania is more hype. Like the roast that they're doing an after party for WrestleMania.
Right.
They're doing a whole bunch of extra stuff for WrestleMania, and I feel like all the extra stuff is getting more attention than the actual event. That's
basically,
just my opinion.
Broke people after this weekend, because they're gonna bleed that pockets out of.
I mean, people was first of all, if you bought a ticket for WrestleMania, you already broke. Like, somebody gonna be living out their trunk.
I was supposed to be doing that, bro. Chill.
Yeah, son. No, I love you, bro, but I'd have kicked you in your throat. And we just would have been.
I need a new one.
We just would have been fighting.
I need to gas up a car one day, and we just go ride out and see what the heck we can get into. We don't buy no tickets. We just ride out and jump in some events, jump in some people's stuff, some parking lot joints. I don't know. Do something.
Oh yeah, definitely. I go if they come back on this side of town. I'll definitely go to like the shop. I won't go to the actual show, but I go to give me a title.
Right.
Because one of the belts is a ticket.
Because I'll go do some meet and greets.
I want to what hotel are you in, because I know that joint will be lit.
I forgot. It's whatever hotel is having the after party and the roast. That's their official hotel where the wrestlers are staying.
The Luxor and the MGM.
I don't think it's the Luxor or the MGM. I don't know. It's online. My boss is going to be there. Good for your boss, Sean. Good for your boss. She doesn't like her life. With that being said,
that's why she's the boss.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have come to the end of the show. And this has been a 2-hour journey, which would have only been 90 minutes. But for some reason, ladies and gentlemen, the last few weeks we've been going over. And that's just because we've been having fun.
The honey pot was overflowing.
Yeah, the honey pot was definitely overflowing tonight.
Overflowing.
It was a lot of cookies. It was a lot of cookies last week. And it was honey this week. Only Lord knows what we're going to see in 2 weeks. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to be here the 19th because that is WrestleMania Night 1. Of course, we are not on the air on Sundays, but we will return. Oh, quick side note: did y'all realize that the second night of WrestleMania is on 420?
We did.
Oh, it's gonna be a high time on that day.
It will be a high time. A high time will be had. Which is also Easter.
Quick, somebody find that
Easter
riddle
too, right? Isn't that Easter also?
It is Easter Sunday. Yes,
okay.
So, Kev, are you going to be sharing your Easter eggs or putting one in the air? What are you going to do?
I'm trying to eat the eggs.
I don't put them in the air. I don't partake of that anymore. Last time I did that particular extracurricular activity, my first son was born, and that was in 2000. And I did not like that trip. It was a very bad trip. And prior to that was like 97. Like prior to that was like 97.
You were Cadbury Bunny. And Cadbury Bunny getting gobbled up.
So we will be returning the 26th. We'll be returning on the 26th, which is the week after WrestleMania. So we will have our WrestleMania fallout that night because we are not trying, as I said before, we're not doing a semi-broadcast. We're not doing a WrestleMania party. We ain't doing none of that because we just want to sit back and watch WrestleMania and enjoy.
I might video call one of y'all in the middle of the match.
That's what's up. Viva, I'm trying to behave. Like, I don't know. Like, but your cousin keep putting comments like this up.
She ain't doing nothing wrong.
Your cousin keep inciting stuff. You know when Cookie's in the building, things happen. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like she keeps starting trouble.
Because she's a baker.
Go sit your ass in the corner. Go sit in the corner.
She's a baker.
I'm putting you in timeout, man.
She's a baker.
No.
You go see somebody with a milk mustache in the corner, like,
you know what?
On the commercial, be like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you can find, if you want to reach out to us, you can hit us at 2fatguyspodcast99@gmail.com, 2fatguyspodcast99@gmail.com, or you can find us at Instagram, 2fatguyspodcast, TikTok, 2fatguyspodcast. Let me back up. I'm screwing up.
Lemon.
Facebook is 2fatguyspodcast. Instacart. Damn, I'm hungry. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
I love this show.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube is 2fatguyspodcast99. Also on Lemon. It is also on Lemon.
I'm like, y'all reaching all platforms. They'll see we on Instacart.
On Instacart, bro. We on Instacart, fam.
Order what you want.
Right.
They the Terror Twins now? When did they become the Terror Twins? When I missed this?
The Terror Twins, shut up, yo.
They're definitely Terror Twins.
All right, so Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, 2fatguyspodcast99, Spotify, 2fatguyspodcast. We are here. We are there. We are everywhere. And we are Trouble is my, you know what? Don't put my twin in the corner. Mm-mm. Oh, my Lord.
Mm-mm. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
I'm going to have some conversations with people.
Not doing this today. In the show.
Get their life together. All right, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will return on the 26th, as I stated before, which will be our WrestleMania Fallout episode, which will also be our last episode for the season. We are coming back in May, and we are going to wreck shop. We are going to bust you upside the head. I promise you. Y'all ain't going to see this coming. Y'all ain't ready for it. Y'all don't want this. Season 3, it's going to be problems. It's going to be problems. But good problems. Good problems.
Are y'all cutting another wrestling promo at the beginning of the season?
Good problem. Oh, we got something in the bank for y'all. We
a
got
villain
something
will never tell.
And the 19th. Should I tell him, Danny?
My phone don't work.
Should I tell him, Danny?
No.
Can I give a little hint? Just trust me.
All right, go ahead.
Prior to WrestleMania, and I know whoever heard that was me moving my microphone, so you're going to hear a thud in your ear. Prior to WrestleMania, stay locked to our Instagram and our TikTok channel because we got something for you.
Voice in my ear.
We got something for you. I promise you. On the 19th, prior to WrestleMania going live, Danny and I got something for you.
Don't say it like that, sir. No.
Get
I don't
ready.
like it. I don't like it.
Get ready.
Pineapples.
Get ready.
No.
Because you don't want this. I'm telling you, fam.
Not at all.
You don't want this. So here's the reality. Y'all don't started something. Y'all being the people that be in our inboxes, in our DMs, talking about y'all clowns. Y'all ain't good. But where y'all at? I said this last week. I said it when I posted my video. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? So we got something for y'all. Be careful what you wish for. You got it because you asked for it.
White van voice.
Huh?
So you got that white van, no side mirrors voice. It's creepy.
Mm-hmm. Black Air Forces. Black Air Forces.
Down the witch's road.
Black Air Forces with no shoelaces, wearing dog tags.
That sounds like me on the regular.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we want to thank you for hanging out with us. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be with us, and we thank you. God bless you. Good night. Oh, and before I forget, say it with me one time. Tell a friend to tell a friend. That is Two Fat Guys Podcast. Holla at your boy.
We'll be right back.